In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 15, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana Pacers versus Washington Wizards. The Indiana Pacers are gearing up for an exciting matchup at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., where they will take on the struggling Washington Wizards. Currently sitting at 5th place in the Eastern Conference with a 13-9 record, the Pacers are looking to regain their momentum after a recent setback against the Bucks, where they fell short in a 140-126 road loss. Miles Turner led the team with an impressive 22 points and 9 rebounds, joined by Tyrese Halliburton's 22 points and 7 assists, and Benedict Mathurin contributing 14 points off the bench. Despite their efforts, the Pacers faced a challenging fourth quarter, ultimately succumbing to a 19-4 run by the Bucks. On the other side, the Washington Wizards find themselves in a challenging position, having lost 15 of their last 16 games. Their recent 142-122 defeat against the Pelicans highlighted their defensive struggles, with Kyle Kuzma leading the scoring with 27 points. The Wizards shot well, hitting 51% from the field and 19 of 44 from beyond the arc. But their defensive lapses, particularly in the second quarter, proved costly. The Pacers are dealing with injuries, with Jalen Smith and Andrew Nembhard sidelined. The Wizards, meanwhile, are missing key players such as Landry Shamet, Ryan Rollins, and Johnny Davis, with Jordan Poole listed as questionable. While both teams share similarities in their playing styles and statistics, the Pacers hold a clear offensive advantage. Currently ranking first in points per game, they outshine the Wizards, who sit at the 10th spot. Despite defensive concerns for both teams, the Pacers are expected to capitalize on their offensive strength. Indiana has demonstrated strength on the road, securing 4 victories in their last 6 away games, including notable wins against the Hawks and Heat. Conversely, the Wizards are struggling at home, with only 1 win this season and a discouraging record of 15 losses in their last 16 games. This matchup appears favorable for Indiana, leading the NBA in scoring and facing a Wizards team ranked as the worst defensively. Washington lags behind in points allowed and points conceded per 100 possessions, with opponents shooting an alarming 50% against them. The Wizards have suffered 3 consecutive losses by at least 20 points. Despite the Pacers' recent stumble against the Bucks, they are poised to rebound against the struggling Wizards. While the betting line favors the Pacers, the margin isn't significant enough to deter confidence in their ability to secure a victory on the road. Thus, the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Moving on to the total pick, the Pacers consistently present high totals in NBA games, and this trend is expected to continue. In their lone meeting this season, they scored an impressive 143 points against the Wizards, averaging 130 points in their last 5 games. On the flip side, Washington boasts a decent scoring record, ranking 10th in points scored and 2nd in pace of play, just behind the Pacers. The Wizards have consistently scored over 122 points in 3 of their last 4 home games. The over has prevailed in the Pacers' last 5 road games, emphasizing their offensive prowess. Both teams exhibit weak defensive performances, making this matchup a prime candidate for a high-scoring game. Their pace of play, ranking as the top 2 in the league, suggests an up-tempo game with plenty of possessions. The Pacers and Wizards have combined for 33 overs this season, and in their October meeting, they amassed 263 points. Considering the fast-paced nature of both teams, it wouldn't be surprising if this game surpasses 270 points. Therefore, our full game total pick is to go over the projected total, anticipating a barrage of scoring in what promises to be an electrifying matchup. Orlando Magic versus Boston Celtics. On the upcoming clash between the Orlando Magic and the Boston Celtics, scheduled for Friday, December 15th, the Magic find themselves in a commendable position, currently holding the 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference standings. This game carries added weight as they face off against the leading team in the conference, the Boston Celtics. The Magic, who have not seen action since their victorious outing on Monday, have been riding a wave of success, securing 11 wins in their last 13 matchups. In their most recent triumph against the Cavaliers, the Magic showcased their prowess, with Paolo Banchero leading the charge with an impressive performance, recording 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. The team, collectively shooting at a 46% accuracy from the field, displayed a robust defense that proved pivotal, flipping the game's dynamics in their favor. Their current standing at 4th place in the East with a 16-7 record puts them on par with the Philadelphia 76ers. On the other side of the court, the Boston Celtics come into this game following a successful run, winning 6 of their last 7 matchups. In their most recent victory against the Cavaliers, Jason Tatum spearheaded the effort with 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Celtics, maintaining a perfect 12-0 record at home this season, remain formidable contenders in the Eastern Conference. In terms of player availability, the Magic continue to miss key contributors in Markelle Fultz, Wendell Carter Jr., and Kevin Harris. The Celtics, on the other hand, are without Luke Kornet. Despite the Celtics being the favored team at home with an unbeaten record, the Magic have demonstrated their resilience by securing 4 consecutive victories against them. One of these wins occurred just 3 weeks ago, where the Magic, as 5.5-point underdogs, emerged triumphant. While the Celtics have previously defeated the Magic this season, the betting landscape suggests that the Magic, with a 17-6 against the spread record, have been a lucrative option for NBA bettors. So the Orlando Magic to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Analyzing the game dynamics further, it's anticipated that the Celtics, playing on the second night of a back-to-back, might experience some fatigue. The Magic's recent successes, in part, attributed to their rebounding and scoring advantage inside the paint. However, it's noted that this advantage might not be as pronounced in this upcoming matchup. The Celtics, known for their defensive prowess, are expected to tighten their defense, particularly in the paint, disrupting the Magic's offensive flow. Considering these factors, our full game total pick leans towards the under, anticipating a low-scoring battle between these Eastern Conference heavyweights. Atlanta Hawks versus Toronto Raptors. As the Eastern Conference spectacle is set to unfold north of the border on Thursday night, the stage is reserved for the clash between the Atlanta Hawks and the Toronto Raptors. Nestled in the 11th spot in the Eastern Conference standings, the Hawks find themselves in close proximity to the Raptors, currently stationed at the 10th position. The game on the horizon will mark the second of 4 scheduled matchups this season, the precursor being their recent encounter on Wednesday, where the Raptors notched a 135-128 victory as 2.5-point home favorites. The Atlanta Hawks, amid a formidable slump, have witnessed the bitter taste of defeat in 7 of their last 8 outings. Eager to arrest a 5-game skid, their hopes were dampened with a 135-128 road loss to the Raptors on Wednesday. Despite an impressive showing from Trae Young, who led the team with 35 points and 17 assists on 1 3-of-2-7 shooting, and noteworthy contributions from DeJounte Murray and Bogdan Bogdanovic, the Hawks fell short. Clint Capela chimed in with 17 points and 10 rebounds. Despite a promising 39-point first quarter, the Raptors' relentless barrage of 8 consecutive three-pointers in the second half snatched the game away from the Hawks. Presently occupying the 11th spot in the Southeast Division with a 9-14 record, the Hawks are treading water with a mere 2 wins more than the Charlotte Hornets. On the flip side, the Toronto Raptors, too, have grappled with their own set of challenges, enduring a 4-game losing streak. However, they found solace in Wednesday's triumph over the Hawks, led by Pascal Siakam's stellar performance with 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Scottie Barnes added 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Og Anunoby and Dennis Schroeder contributed significantly to the team's cause. The Raptors showcased an impressive shooting display, registering a scorching 57% from the field and connecting on 18 of 34 attempts from beyond the arc. A third-quarter surge, amassing 39 points, paved the way for the much-needed victory at home. As both teams gear up for the second leg of this back-to-back series in Toronto, the Hawks face challenges with A.J. Griffin sidelined and De'Aaron Hunter listed as questionable. Meanwhile, the Raptors continue to miss the services of Christian Koloko. The tandem of Scottie Barnes and Pascal Siakam proved instrumental in exploiting Atlanta's sluggish front court in the previous encounter. Barnes, in particular, posted an impressive line with 27 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block, and 3 three-pointers. Siakam's 33 points and 7 rebounds underscored his impact, presenting a formidable challenge for an Atlanta squad lacking depth in the front court. Despite the Hawks boasting a commendable 5th position in offensive rating, their defensive struggles are apparent, ranking 27th in defensive rating as they approach this rematch. The Raptors' big men are poised for another dominant performance, capitalizing on Atlanta's vulnerabilities. The Hawks find themselves in a precarious position, having lost 5 consecutive games and 6 in a row against Eastern Conference opponents. Adding to the Hawks' woes is their unenviable status as the worst team against the spread in the league, covering just 5 games this season at a meager 21.7% cover rate. In stark contrast, the Raptors, having secured a convincing win on Wednesday and enjoying the comforts of home, are positioned as strong favorites to clinch both games in this series. Trae Young's commendable 35 points and 17 assists in the previous game highlight the challenges faced by the Hawks, with the supporting cast needing to step up for sustained success. The Raptors, with their excellent length on the perimeter, are poised to stifle Atlanta's shooters and exploit their defensive vulnerabilities. Considering the Raptors' recent success, the home advantage, and Atlanta spending an extra day in the hotel following a loss, the conditions favor the Raptors to secure victories in both matchups. Backing the Hawks in their current form appears to be an unwise choice, so the Toronto Raptors to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Switching gears to the offensive aspect, the Raptors showcased an impressive shooting display in the previous game, notching 57.5% from the floor and 52.9% from deep. Their big men capitalized on Atlanta's absence in the paint with 8 consecutive three-pointers to start the second half. However, replicating such efficiency is a challenging task, and the Raptors, currently ranked 27th in three-point shooting percentage, are unlikely to maintain the same shooting rate in this rematch. Acknowledging the elevated total set by Vegas in response to the previous game going over the total of 240.5, a closer look at the shooting percentages reveals an impending regression to the mean. The Raptors' shooting percentages in the previous game exceeded their season averages, with a field goal percentage of 57.5% and a three-point percentage of 52.9%. Similarly, the Hawks, surpassing their season averages in both categories, are expected to regress as well, combining for a 48% shooting accuracy from beyond the arc. Such exceptional shooting performances are challenging to sustain. The Raptors, employing their 27th longest defensive possessions in the league, leverage their length and athleticism to impede opponents. In the upcoming rematch, their defensive prowess is likely to limit the Hawks' offensive output. Despite the elevated total reflecting recent high-scoring results, a regression to the mean is anticipated, suggesting that both teams will struggle to replicate their shooting performances. While the previous game soared above the total, the conditions surrounding this rematch, including shooting regression and defensive adjustments, point towards a game that will stay below the projected total. Consequently, our full game total pick leans towards the under, expecting a more restrained scoring affair in this second leg of the series. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.